Alright, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the Akim around the world that pushes truth and sincerity. I just want to go through a video here. Somebody sent for me.
Says too many kids are what's making the planet worse.
In many black communities, for every child actually born, 3 others are aborted, more than double the rate among whites. Some say abortion is the #1 killer in the black community.
African Americans here in this country are the only ethnic group in any place on the globe that's not replacing themselves. This is genocide.
Hillary Clinton received the Margaret Sanger Award. This is a woman who started an organization called Planned Parenthood, and that woman called black people human weeds.
An organization whose founder believed in eugenics.
The goal? To rid the country of the feeble-minded, defectives.
States in the United States refusing to compensate victims who were forcibly sterilized because they were deemed unfit to reproduce.
If they could keep certain segments of the population from reproducing, that all the world's problems would disappear. And so
we have spent the past few weeks calling.
So funny it is, right? They're trying to keep us from reproducing because they seen us as a problem when Esau is the biggest problem on the earth right now. But really and truly, 2/3 of our people not much different from the very close to Esau. You understand? They almost as wicked as Esau, if not just as wicked. So that is the reason why when the Messiah returns, 2/3 of our people must be destroyed, because they're like a pest, like a problem. You understand? When it had the 1 or 2 righteous people who were doing the correct thing in Jerusalem, the majority was being wicked, and that is why shit keep happening to me. That is why they had to be destroyed and be brought back the proper way. Because just like Esau is a problem to the world, 2/3 of our people is a problem to the world also.
Calling and emailing politicians in California, and the silence has been astonishing.
Welcome to this talk. It's called The Science Agenda to Exterminate Blacks. This is a fact-based presentation, but it is not.
As you'll see, Esau always creating different things to try to cut down on our reproduction. There's make foods that knows give us cancer, there's interfere with our reproductive organs, there's even push poor diets on us, as even make it more difficult for us to reproduce as much as we're supposed to. Because Esau know the scriptures, and they know that Israel, according to prophecy, will be like the sand of the sea. So they always doing different things to try to cut down on our reproduction. You understand? And what they can do to us internally, they'll do externally by trying to kill us out with diseases and all these different things to try to cut down on us, because we just repopulate fast. Even when it was in Egypt, it's only 70 souls went into Egypt, and those like rabbits. After a while, they start to be more than the Egyptians. You understand?
Not politically correct in the status quo halls of science and medicine, because they don't want this talked about. And they especially don't want it talked about by a white scientist. And I'll give you a little bit of information about my background soon, so you understand where I'm coming from and why I'm taking the steps to go public with this information. The truth is, there is a concerted, organized, long-standing effort to eliminate African Americans from the human gene pool. Not just African Americans, by the way, but Africans. This is happening right now. You are being subjected to it. It's happening through multiple vectors of science, medicine, and food that I will detail here in this talk.
Now you see, they keep talking about Africans, right? And really and truly, we know through prophecy that we is not Africans, but
and it's all being done
they
covertly. So
the people across there in certain poor places, what are now called Africa, you understand, them as just guinea pigs. But we know that majority of those things are for us. There are some of our people across there that will be doing it too, but we know we's the one who are already targeting worldwide. They will just do most of the guinea pig experiments across on that side, because those people poor and can't really do nothing to help themselves. So whatever help they get, they will take, even if it's help that killing them. But really and truly, this goes back to abortion, which is not something. This video mostly focusing on control, nation multiplication control. In other words, they're trying to control all people from multiplying, and one of the ways that is do that is by abortions, which is something you're actually not supposed to be doing. Because the Mosai told us to be fruitful and multiply. Abortion is something that the heathens does practice, which is not of our people. You understand? That is not how our people are supposed to be. We're supposed to multiply.
Almost no one is aware of this. The entire mainstream media refuses to acknowledge this. The scientific community will say that none of this is true, and yet if you look at the facts that I'm going to share with you and the history that's undeniable, you will see there is a concerted, organized effort to eliminate blacks, i.e. African Americans. I'm going to use those terms interchangeably just for brevity here, but there is an effort to eliminate those people from the human gene pool. My background, just so you know, my name is Mike Adams. I'm known as the Health Ranger. I am a lab science director. I founded and built a world-class analytical laboratory from scratch. It is ISO accredited. It's recognized around the world for analytical science of heavy metals and food contamination, environmental contamination, and so on. We've done volunteer work, testing over 600 samples of the U.S. water supply, and we've also volunteered our lab efforts to Native American tribes who have been impacted by the EPA's poisoning of their rivers. So, by the way, it's not just blacks that are trying to be eliminated by the status quo, it's also Native Americans and other minority groups that are
See? Native Americans, which goes back to our people. That is one of our tribes. Like I say, it's mostly we people that targeting, but the people higher up know that. The Esau that lower down might not know, and the ones that do know, they wouldn't say anything about it. But it is really for our people. But Esau's so mad. It has certain things that they will be doing that will affect their people also. But the majority of it will affect us, because they just try to program our people to do foolishness. A majority of these jakes does be down for it, especially jake women. The amount of abortions that they just have on a regular basis, it does be terrible. When really and truly, that is not the ways of our people. That is the ways of the heathens. Right? It's, there's article here. Say Molech, the ancient pagan god of child sacrifice. Really and truly, when you abort a child, you're actually sacrificing it. You understand? That have a reason why the people in this society who rule over us is actually promote this, because they know it's wickedness. You understand? They know it is against what the Mosai wants. Say Molech was one of the false gods that Israel would worship during its period of apostasy. Now that goes back to when they would forsake the Mosai, right? During that period of time when they would forsake the Mosai, there is one of the gods they used to serve. You see, this false deity is associated with Ammon in 1 Kings 11 verse 7. You have to read it for yourself, right? When he went and built towers for Molech and Chemosh, I think that was pronounced it, right? They say one of the practices of the cult that worship Moloch, right, or Molech, was to sacrifice their children. They say, of course, this was forbidden by God's word, right? It says, saying, right, neither partially the fire of Molech. If you can read it, take a minute to read it for yourself and see. It say in some passages, the reference is clearly to a deity to whom human sacrifice was made, particularly in the valley of Hinnom on the southwest of Jerusalem Hill, right? To say at a site known as Tophet, right? To say the ancients would heat this idol up with fire until it was glowing, so it was that hot. Then they would take their newborn babies, place them on the arms of the idol, and watch them burn to death. So I can't help but compare today's abortion massacre to the sacrifice of children by these ancient pagans. You understand? Because the whole concept of aborting a child or sacrificing a child, all that goes back to heathen customs. There's not something we people used to do when they was in the right state. They used to multiply. That is why anytime you break Israel down, when you look, they used to multiply so much. They could have go into Egypt as 70 souls. When they came out of Egypt, there was hundreds of thousands, and that was in the space of 400 years, 400 and something years. First, they used to multiply, because they wasn't supposed to be doing abortions or anything like that. Even when there was in Egypt and the Pharaoh, they tell what's call them again, the ones who does deliver the children. I forget what it's called name, but he tell them to abort children, or to get rid of them if it was men, and the sin they wasn't doing it. You understand? But that is not the practices of our people. You see, I can't help but compare today's abortion massacre to the sacrifice of children by these ancient pagans. In both innocent lives is destroyed for the gain of the parent, right? And there's something that, like I say, we people wasn't supposed to be doing. I'm gonna look up that word. Abortion. Let's see. It says ceasing. There's cessation. It says is ceasing or discontinuance of action. So it means to discontinue. Right? So the discontinue of pregnancy or fetal development, right? It's a stop a child from being developed, like before it actually born. A miscarriage. An induced abortion, the act or process of inducing the process of pregnancy. You understand? And that vibration goes back to the same child sacrifice. It can make you sacrificing that child. At least before, back in ancient times, they used to think they were sacrificing it for a purpose, even though there wasn't, because those were just idols. But now they're doing it for what? You understand? And Esau will pull up people head and tell them, well, tell them either they're not ready to have children, so because the child ain't born yet, it's okay, but not okay. Or they might these so-called strong black women, they might full up their head and tell them, well, a child might interfere with your career, so they will sacrifice that child to be able to be free and actually be able to go and slave and earn wages and become established in Esau kingdom, when really and truly this kingdom have nothing for them. It's just making them more and more entangled with the system, because the Most High created women to be fruitful and multiply, and to be childbearers and keepers of home. When Esau does tell you, you don't need that, you will just work 10 and 15 years studying to establish yourself in my kingdom, and just entangle up yourself in it more. And they just go for that. You understand? Try to take the woman away from she natural purpose to try to give her their own purpose that they want to give her. Trying to be in a man's position. You understand? That's why they call this place Babylon, the land of confusion. So all this goes back to child sacrifice. It's the same vibration, and it's not something according to the scriptures. You can even do more research to see, like, into the so-called pagan god Molech, or Chemosh, if I pronounce it properly, Chemosh. All this goes back to child sacrifice. This was something Israel always used to be doing when there was going off. And even now, they're doing it because they're going off. You understand? It's not something that you're actually supposed to be doing. And you will see in Israel, correct state, it had no point in time that they was doing that. It's only when they started going off that when they used to sacrifice the children. And they would do it to deities that were just wood and stone. You understand? So there's a small touch on abortion, you know, according to the scriptures, is actually not something you're supposed to be doing. The Most High said we're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. We're not supposed to be aborting children, because at the end of the day, you have no control over life. So you're not supposed to be trying to control somebody being born or not. Now, if you get pregnant and you happen to have a miscarriage, well, the Most High got rid of the child. But you can't tell yourself you'll go and have an abortion and have somebody pushing a wire in your insides and scraping your stomach. You understand? That is madness. But Esau will tell you that okay, because Esau wicked. Esau don't like to see our people multiply. He don't like to see you being according to the Most High standard. He want to see you destroy yourself. You understand? Anyway, with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well, and salutations to the Akim around the world that pushes truth and sincerity. Shalom.